Good evening, or good morning, in case of lightning, or whatever else, whichever time zone you're in. Hope you're having a good one. It's a little bit loud here. A little bit. That's pretty good, I think. Paranormal gear. Yeah, so this thing is now working. I had to redesign it a little bit. It was mobs were getting stuck. Yeah, I do have a few levels, yes. But more importantly, I have this. Ooh, I actually made more than 2 rows. That's nice.
Evening slicedlime.
Evening, pleb. Thank you so much for the 37 months. Holy moly. Thank you so much. It's a lot of support. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. It's quite fun to keep. But whatever. I am also getting quite a little bit of rotten flesh. I had to make a few more chests. Hey, thank you, Blackscourt. Thank you for the 50. Halfway to the great 100. Thank you for the tier 2 as well. Appreciate that. Amikatu. Already in bed, so lurk I shall today. Well, thank you. Hope you enjoy the views of stream and the snooze. I got a trident or 2 as well. Actually filling up here. 0 durability fishing rod. I was wondering if I could get 0 durability trident. We've got a couple on 1 durability now. Oh, and oxygen kicking off the hype train.
Hype with any hippies?
With all of the hippies, I'm sure. And the 6-7. That's very hype nowadays, I hear. Thank you so much. Thank you for all that support. Thank you for being a great mod as well. But yeah, this isn't the point. The point is these are... they're so loud. Thank you for the bits, like, appreciate that. Yeah, these are what I kind of wanted for the station material for the main station. Because I kind of wanted to use a bunch of copper there. Oh my goodness. All the things. Thank you, Tomorrow. Another one of my great mods. Thank you for the Prime sub and the 73 months. Holy smokes. Thank you so much. I think I need to go put a bunch of stuff away, though. That seems to be the case. Redstone box. because I seem to be carrying like most of my redstone stuff. I think I've also I've eaten into a little bit of this price that I was supposed to have. Like this, there's some sticky pistons missing and stuff for the station. But that's okay. We'll make more. What about my wind charges? Are they here? Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Stone cutter goes in the tool thing. This can go away. Where do I have scaffolding? Oh boy. Early it wasn't this. Now is it over here? Hey, there we go. Bunch of pumpkin seeds would go here though. Yeah. What about these? Nice. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh boy. Oh, my poor deep slate chest is just so empty. And yeah, I needed needed some non-sticky blocks for that. The redesign, which actually turn that off. No, in here. Very good. So nicely organized. Well, it's always easier to organize something when it's basically empty, isn't it? Let's grab some more baked potato. I really should get another villager and cure it for a farmer villager. I don't think I did that. Why is it still showing? I turned the placement off. I have to unselect it. Okay. Also still have a bunch of hoppers in my inventory. I just realized. Okay, let's take it back out. There. Bunch of dirt. And some project stuff. That's fine. Basically, here we go. The objective for today is going to be to try to get to the point where I can have a thing that looks like a teleportation station. It just doesn't have the mechanics yet, because I don't want to bore you all with placing a bunch of blocks according to schematic. But I haven't designed. Oh boy, I need to be on top of this thing. Maybe. Oh, that's a funky effect from haters. Make these a little more accessible somehow, I think. Space in my inventory. There. Make copper blocks out of these. Wait, what? A bunch of just XP stuck there? I mean, okay. Thank you, folks, for the level 2 hype train. Appreciate that. I got a what? Oh, wow, emote. That's nice. Choo choo. All right, so we got 2 stacks of blocks of copper plus a little bit, and a lot of noise. Hey, there's more copper. Very nice. So that's good. Then the question is, what do I use beside that? And I guess I'll take you over to spawn and take a look at the thing. There's some complications, let's just say. But there are the whole sewers around there, which is basically the kind of the blueprint for the material design that we're going for. Hello, Nanamikaya. Hope you're having a good one. So. Whee! Over here. So this is how that looks. This is tough bricks, tough, polished tough. Bunch of these. These are interesting. I guess because these are... You're gonna have to age so much copper, aren't you? Okay, and then... Oh, this is just a warped corridor. There's a type of wood. You can kind of see the acacia over there. So there's a type of wood going each direction. So this is spruce. This is oak. Is it? I thought it's birch first, but these don't look like birch. Okay. Set up David. Oh yeah, just a small side project, eh? And this is acacia. So those we don't have to care about. We're gonna need a whole lot of tough. Is what I'm seeing here. And that. Another small complication. Other than that, I can't jump. Is this is a slime chunk. And I really don't want a bunch of slime spawning in the middle of the station. That doesn't seem like a nice thing. So we're gonna need a floor design that doesn't allow spawns and that doesn't rely on light to prevent spawns, because slimes will spawn regardless. Go up to Y41. That's not where the build is. That's not how any of this works. Move build? No. I am the master. The game will bow to my will. So I don't think we care about the signs and the wood stuff that they had there. Maybe that's a thing we add eventually. I guess I'm just going to take all my tough. I'm going to take all of these, I suppose. Because apparently you're all going to need it. You're going to need it all oxidized. Christ, that's good. Chat has convinced you to move parts of builds before. So, that is true, but that is because they were in the wrong place. This is in the right place. And the game is wrong. I mean, its game is just trying to be very helpful and spawn a bunch of mobs, which we might need, you know, but no. We're likely going to need more, I feel like. It's going to need more, like, different... Maybe we can use more types of copper. So we use some oxidized, some unoxidized. But let's take these to begin with and see what we have to play with over there. Because I definitely want to cover up... You know, I need to figure out the floor. Then I need to figure out... So it's going to have kind of these types of stations. That was a weird lag spike. We're not dropping frames, so we should be okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the schematic for just 1 second so I can figure out where the different elements of the build are. We'll put down some blocks so that I can remember that, and then we'll take it off again so we can experiment with the actual... Hello there. With the actual design. You're stuck in a boat, sir? That's too bad. I wouldn't mind buying tube coral because it's non-renewable in any other way, but I guess that's just going to be fine. The floor here is 28. So let's do what I just said I would do, which is main station upper. Excuse me? Oh, it's in some... There we go. So I'm standing on is 1 below the floor, and then the entrance is at 1 higher. Okay. So let's... Ooh, it's all... Right. I turn it all around. That's right. This is departures, this is arrivals. And this is also lower floor. Although the problem here is that it's hanging over the void. So this has the staircase down where the hole starts. Okay. Let's add some dirt here. These are pretty good marking material. That's not what I wanted. This is going to be really annoying because I can't see what I'm doing. That is the corner of the floor. And then we'll do the same thing in this corner, except I didn't. You know what? Let's just do 1 layer. And let's do this layer. Cool. So that's the corner of the floor. I don't think I care about the... Do I care about the rest? Who knows? We'll see. And then there. We can start working on this side. So we had an idea of using the... Then we'll do this. Now we no longer need to see that, I was going to say, but never mind. So apparently there were some blocks that were in the way there. Okay. So this level needs to be spawn-proof floor. We were talking about putting down a carpet in the shape of the logo for the transport network. That cyan terracotta, that was black concrete or gray concrete, I think, through weird oh hey, more copper, through weird rendering of the half translucent blocks and the shaders in combo. So if we're gonna follow the same theme as the other, then it would be based off of these, right? I should have brought a bunch of carpets. Don't have anything that's useful here, do I? Do we have tough here? No. Oh, hello. You will be very useful for this. Nice. Okay. So that's all the tough. Well, no, that's a shulker we filled up when we dug up this entire thing. So that's all of these that I had, which is not necessarily great. I could make more out of these, but I don't have... You know what we should be doing while we're here is we should just be aging copper like crazy. I do not have quartz, I think. I have a villager that sells quartz, but I basically do not have any extra. Yeah, these two rows are both outside of the machinery. I don't even know what he wants. Run miles here. Oh, and there's less space on this side. Or that is 4 out here. 4. This thing would be here. Don't know what's in this shulker. Granite. That's okay. Toss that in here. Which is where the next one would be. I guess we do that. How did I end up? I prefer to make bad first impressions. Oh goodness. Okay, this is one of. Okay, so now we have a bunch of copper aging. Okay, and we can keep working on this. So, I think what there is like, that's all it does. It does. Grass. If I can spell. All is forgiven. Nice. What's below these? That's deep slate, isn't it? Deep slate tile stairs. Stairs? Is that because of the floor below? Maybe. Because there's a tunnel, like a flooded tunnel here. Okay, so here. How did I fit in there? Okay, yeah, it's these. Oh, okay. Huh. They're mixed deep slates. These deep slate look very different than the other. I don't think we need to mix them. I think, well, I guess I'm gonna maybe change my mind on that, because if it's the entire floor made of that, then it'll show much more than it does out there, where it's are they waterlogged? Yes. There's water in this too. Do I want water in there? Also, we should look at it like this. Well, there's just everything is blue because of the water. Okay. Let's get out of my sight. Okay. Well, let's see if I have some deep slate. I guess I have probably deep slate here that isn't cobbled. Ooh. Okay, there's a lot of tuff in here. Okay. Well, I can't open that anymore. I guess I'm gonna have to uncobble, or I'm gonna have to cobble this. Just to get some that we can test with. Hey, something oxidized already. That's nice. Should have dug this up without silk touch in the first place, but I only realized that like 4/5 through the dig. But oh well, it's fine. You know what? I'll dig up this while we're at it. I can't pick them up. Somehow I have 2 stone. Yeah. Oh, look, copper. Okay. I mean, I should be digging this up, shouldn't I? We're going to be using a ton of copper. Okay. Guess I maybe should have silk touched that. There's so much diamond in here from what we dug up. Let's put my tuff in here together with the other tuff. And I can go get this. Get that. And then we walk over here again. We put this in here. Like I have a bunch of hold on. There. I have a bunch of unsmelted copper like this, but I'd rather honestly keep it in raw form unless I really need it, because like I do have the drowned farm now. It's not the fastest, it really is not, but you know, why use up a non-renewable material if you don't have to? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to dig up the floor anyway. I want to test this. So now we cobble deep slate. Put this down over here somewhere. No, it's still not fully. Okay. What do we try here? I feel like we wanted it quite dark. So if we do something like this. Like, do I want this thing waterlogged? Is this a nice floor? If it's just going to be this, the entire thing is going to be super boring, even if there is patterning underneath. Also, I should probably swap my... That's not what I wanted. Settings. Probably switch this to voice. Auto's fine, I guess. So people can hear me talking if they're kind of walking around. I think that's nice for the server setting. What was this again? Gonna be the last one I try, regardless. Wait, did the granite one? Okay, that's just stupid. It's the one I put in here. Let's just put that there instead. There. Hate when I mistakenly make grates using crafting table, not stonecutter. Yeah. Anything though, like, is much better. These are still one step off. Okay. Let's put a bunch of... Oh, wow. Okay. I got quite a few of those. Let's put a bunch of these things in here. I'm going to go back home and I'm going to go get at least carpets in the colors of the... right, that's that one. Of the logo. But I could get other ones also. Waterlogging would reduce an chance of an enderman teleporting to the floor. I don't think that's very high anyway. Like the whole place here, around here, spawn island, should be spawn proof. Should be. There's also that now all of a sudden. Need to maybe spawn proof the riverbed. I don't know though. Is that happy guest? What's that noise? Oh. I am not gonna sleep while I am. I should probably sleep though. Just to not have phantom timers. Whoosh. Okay, what do I have? It's black.
What's what noise?
I know what that noise is. Thank you, Myth. Thank you for the 55 bits. Appreciate that. Now I need to stay again. You know what? No, I don't. We'll just there. Why do I have shears that are not my good shears? In here? I have a beacon up, but no, that doesn't matter. Like, I don't need much of this, I guess. I'm just wanting to test it. So we could just convert all of these into... I think I will. I guess another thing... I might also bring a stack of each of those wool colors. Because one thing I might want to test is to put... If I have the grates, then stuff is visible through there, right? And then I could put wool with the carpet on top of, so it's spawn proof, but it also has a solid side. Let's try that. Ooh, how is this doing actually? Because I took a ton of crystals out of here. Oh my goodness, it's not full. Oh, the last stack is not full. So I took most of this out, I think, to build the tower of tinted glass in there. This is surely like just overflowing at this point. Wait. Yeah. Black. Light gray. And lime. Another thing is I might want to try glass instead. Or in addition to the grates. Probably black glass in that case. Or we could try glass in these colors and see how that looks. Let's bring a few stacks of glass. Then I need a bunch of lime. I might just go buy that. White and black I have so much. Foggy floor effect? Then I'd have to... I don't have a borderless glass thing. Guess I'll bring a stack of these. He really wants to be the black dye for this, but I'm not gonna let him. I have wither roses in my ender chest. I mean, we can just leave them in there. Why do I have all these slime balls in here? I think it's just because I had to put them somewhere after mining them up in that dig. Toss you in here for now. The Ender Pearl logo could look like it's floating. Mm-hmm, that's true. Let's figure out how to do that. That's not what I want to do. Actually, let's just keep one, maybe. Which I guess makes very little sense because I have to. Oh, I don't have lime. Oh yeah, I'll just go buy that. The other half of this is gonna be so the part that actually has all of the, you know, the things in the big hole, the very deep part of this dig, is gonna be full of redstone stuff. So I can't. That shouldn't be visible. Unless we, you know, want to have one of those weird, like, glass display thing that shows, because this, right, this is going to be redstone basically all the way down at some point. But I guess we could put, like, a black concrete barrier here. This thing, where I'm standing now, is going to be the walkway, and that's, like, up here. We'd have a border there. I think what we are going to do is we're going to put down the logo here so you can just see how big this is. Maybe I just open this to have a reference. Let's put it down in solid blocks first, and then you can see. It is an even amount of space. Egg. Happy weekend vibes. Well, happy weekend vibes to you as well. I fear that this might be an odd width. Yes, it is. That's unfortunate. I could devise a version of this logo that is the 3x3 in the center instead of 2x2. That might look okay. And that would be 3, 5. Let's try that. Let's see what happens. The edge of the thing is here. This appears to be the center. How would that look then? It would look something like this, actually. That doesn't work. It's too large. Okay, so I'd have to do the opposite. It would make it smaller. Okay, well, let's try that. I'm not too certain about that, but let's try. It look like this. And it would cover the entire width of the floor. That's the outline. I really do not like this very narrow thing here, but oh well. We'll put down the entire thing so we can actually see. Yes. I mean, okay, it's not awful. But on the other hand, it's not awful. It's not maybe a great. That isn't. And this part I really cannot widen either. That would be lovely if I could, but I can't because the whole thing is stuck with chunk borders. What do you think, chat? Maybe I just do something completely different with the floor. Strive for not awful. Where do I have the map art of this? Maybe white instead of gray. I'm not changing the logo. The logo is done and it is encoded into map art, which is a thing that took a really, really long time. I'm not changing that. I'm only kind of trying to narrow it here just because of the situation. Okay, I guess I don't have that with me. Oh, it's these, isn't it? Let me put one up here somewhere. All of us gonna get rebuilt. We'll just put it here for now. Which is weird because this is where you exit, but whatever. What if we try a bunch of glass? We could have different colored glass, or we could have different things under the glass. Let's grab some of these. Black dye. We'll just make a stack to begin with. Glass over wool. You're saying put the logo underneath or just like any wool? Like this isn't particularly nice. That is not nice in vanilla either without shaders. So we could have like one thing we could do is have these around the edges and then do like deep slate underneath. Or maybe even like a pattern of deep slate and tough underneath. These are spawn proof, right? Also, like I'm saying that I don't need the light. Colored glass over same color wool. So for black wool, it would look like this. It would get really dark. They are great for not spawning mobs. I see how this is gonna go, but thank you. I don't think I like that. It just becomes this very, very black. So we have these and we have those. I probably want tiles here. You can't remake these into tiles, no. That would have been too easy. Give me these. And then give me some of the more of these. Like a fog floor effect here. It's gonna take a whole bunch of layers, isn't it? There's also a line out here of stairs that lead up into the mechanism's towel. The same on both sides. This floor actually we should really design a floor that works on both sides. So I think I don't want the fog floor effect because it would only work on the departure side, not on the arrival side. Unless the fog effect goes down among all of the redstone, but I don't think so. This is really hard to judge. Another potential is we put a bunch of copper blocks underneath black. How does that look? It's gonna be like these variants then. Get that. It's too busy. Thought Lime would be grateful for such a punny comment. I am grateful. I am very grateful. We've playtested my GPS bingo game, and one of the challenges in there is find something in your zone where you're doing the challenge, and come up with a pun about it. Which, when I wrote the challenge, seemed like a quite easy challenge. And then when we tried it, we're like mind blank immediately. I find it also really hard to say how is this going to look over an area when I'm just testing it in like one line like this. Let's what do I have? I didn't have any slabs in here, no. I guess I don't necessarily need slabs right at this moment. I don't need to conserve blocks at this time. Okay. Oh, hate that. These don't really fit now, though. I will say that. It kind of works without shaders, too. I think maybe the next step is to try the whole floor of this. It's going to get really dark because I'm going to have to remove the torches, but there is also going to be, you know, ceiling lights. So I think that's fine. Just going to end up putting like all kinds of garbage in here, aren't we? Okay. I think this entrance might be 4 wide, though I'm not sure. Ooh, hello. Here. First one, hopefully of many. Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to do now is dig up the entire floor. Because obviously I will need to replace the entire thing with something. So we can just try out the full thing. There's also, we're gonna have to figure out what the staircase around the border is, and maybe that's what's copper. I'm not sure. Who knows? Okay. So at this point, I'd probably commit and make a bunch of slabs though, at least. So what am I saying here then? How large is this space? It's 10 wide. No, it can't be. Because I just completed a whole bunch that it's an odd width. So that's 5, which means this should be the center. It's 9 wide. And more deep. So we put it kind of 2 in the layer, it would be that, and then we only have a single row of tuff in the middle. And then 2 there, and then 2 tiles. Whoop whoop. Not sure about this. Could place some of them as bottom slab for the image to look 3D-ish. Could try doing like this, the second row here, this bottom. It's an interesting suggestion. I'm gonna finish this up, I think. It's gonna be a pain to get rid of all the glass again. On the other hand, I guess I don't need to get rid of all the glass. But what I'm lacking now is to see an image of how the whole thing looks, or at least a large section of it looks. Pain. Yes, sure. Oh, come on. One little craft more. Okay. And then all of these get covered. Pain, not great. Okay, sure. Oops. Guess we craft another stack. That's okay. These I do have essentially infinite materials for, because I can just buy more glass, and I have a lot of emeralds, and I have the Wither Rose farm, so I think we're getting somewhere here. Okay, I do like this in general. We need to figure out the edges, and we need to figure out the what's the staircase around it. What do I have? I need 7 more blocks. I think I just make another. I'm gonna do something with black glass. I'm feeling pretty confident, and I'm also gonna have to do the entire other side of it then, so we can just make another full stack. It's all right. You know what? It's fine. I don't need to conserve these. I'll just make a bunch of black there. So there it is. I do like this. I want to try a lightning suggestion though. Hi Tristan. Let's try this like one row here first. Just how that looks in isolation. Decide if I want to try a more full thing. It is just really hard to see what is what in this floor. Certainly provides more depth and more... I don't know if I want that though. I don't know if it makes the floor too busy. Okay, I'm gonna bite the bullet and try it on the whole floor. I feel like I might go back to the way that it was before though. Which seems very silly. Maybe I just do this. I kind of need to place them the same way. And we do that going backwards, I think. That I can get out of the place. Like that. Yeah, maybe. Hi, Black Dragon. How's it going? I'm feeling that this is getting quite busy. And like you kind of feel like a floor should feel flat. Not sure. Hi, Lexi. What are we making? We're making the interiors for the teleporter stations. And so this is the floor of the departure hole. And I'm considering whether to do this or whether to just flatten the floor and just all slab. I like it, but of course I do. Sure. Floor should obviously curve. I mean, this is the curvy carpet. Like it more like this. Let's look at it like this. You know what? I'm going to leave it like this for now. And then we sadly need a bunch more. I could put tough here, but I think it probably needs to be deep slate tiles. Because on top of this is going to be the stairs that lead up to the mechanism. Like if I do, what have I done here? Oh, I turned it off, right. No idea what that was. And so this, that, and then there's, oh, it's slabs, that's right. I guess I have a problem here too. Oh, I turned that off. What? Okay, well that was apparently a keybind. It's a complicated tech room, but it's just like an airport is a complicated place and you fly across the sky on a magnificent piece of technology. The interior is, you know, nice carpeted glass metal space, right? Okay, so I had slabs going around. I did not have bolt blocks. So a potential here is to do tough and then tough slabs, or to do these and then slabs, or to do something entirely different. Like it could be copper slabs. There are no copper slabs just like that though, right? So you'd have to use cut copper. Because like I can't, that's the only slab. I'm gonna try that, see how it looks. I feel like it has a risk of being too busy just because it's the squares. Definitely does not work with this. Hey, it's an Ellie. I'm not sure nice really applies to all airport interiors. I mean, some airports are better than others. Sure. But like they're not made to look like they're technical plumbing is my point. Okay, well we got some oxidation going here. We're getting somewhere. I think I would like to try deep slate tiles, which sucks because deep slate is the material I'm running out of. But I will try it. Feel like it's gonna work much better, and then potentially we do that line around there. Okay. We're gonna even have to use up even more. Because I need these. Okay. Let's stop holding. What am I pressing that is muting my microphone? Oh, it's M. So I have an overlaid thing for like Lightmatica, and that's really annoying actually. Because this looks like it's a barrier now because What if I have these here and then tough brick slabs on top, or even just tough. There are just tough slabs, right? Bring on the inventory clutter. Yes. Okay. Waterlogged deep slate brick stairs. What? Underneath or here? Now, there's a bunch of waterlogged stuff out there, so could definitely have waterlogged stuff here. Could just be stairs also. They don't have to be waterlogged. I'm just going to convert those. These, I'm going to have to remove these to place them. Already. Okay, let's go put stone away so I can have one inventory slot free. Great. And that would look like this. I sat down on this using the sit mod. That looks really weird. There's an option here to move these out here. Because stairs are also spawn proof. And it's slightly odd to have a floor that is full, but then has a line going through it, if you will. But it can work. It's my experience. That would then turn here. And this could also be waterlogged potentially. But you see, I don't like, you never fall into it when you walk over it. I think that is nicer. Let's try waterlogging that. No. I mean, with shaders, they're decent, but no, it's better without it. One thing I'm thinking about is then moving this slab layer up. Because now you're getting a full block's worth of height here, which looks kind of odd. Another thing I could do is invert the up-down thing of the slabs for the entire thing. So that the center is low, this one is high, that one is low, this one is high. I think that's better. What are you complaining about? Okay, it's fine. I think we have to try that. It's a bunch of work here, but I am not gonna feel. That also means I can take away these slabs. Because you're not going to see what's underneath here. Probably just fill that in or something. I don't want a spawn space underneath. So that goes there. Guess we just remove everything under here. Rip. It's a much better idea to leave the glass in place while I'm doing this, though. The way I was doing it before was a lot more wonky. Oops. And I'm gonna have to actually make tough slabs. I did make some. Did I make enough? I don't know. It's tough to know. What have you done, chat? Would a mob switch work on this area even though server? No, like a mob switch is always global. I have one too few. I'm also placing these in the wrong place. That sucks. Okay. Now we gotta keep in mind which ones we're supposed to go where, because I am a little bit lost, but it'll be fine. One of them somehow got left. Oh, that's why I was so confused, because one of them was deep slate. Okay, I need a single one of these turned into brick slabs. We do not carry around 4 netherrack for no reason. Need a bunch more of these eventually, but we can leave that for now. What I need to do for now is plonk one of these there. Remove this. These. That needs to go on top now. Do I still want these to be bricks, or do I want to make them tiles instead now that I have this pattern. I'll try it with bricks to begin with. That's the one that was left over. I mean, yes, if you're okay with everybody else suffering because you want to use a mob switch, then yes. Oh. That's weirder. Potential here is to switch this. Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. We swap this layer with tough bricks, and then we add deep slate bricks here on top instead, and then we just have the tiles out on the edge. I think I like that. You can use the full bricks for now. Wait, those actually I do want to keep. Just spend 10 hours layering glass for the fog effect. Yeah, so I talked about that before. I want this floor to work on the other side too, where there's stuff underneath the floor. So it doesn't quite work. Otherwise, it's maybe the kind of thing that I would do, yes. I have built myself in the corner. Well done, Lime. Yeah, totally. Might be nice to replace those with slabs, but you know what? I'm actually going to. Because we're going to be using up a whole lot of tough on this build, so why not be a little bit frugal about it, I guess. How many do I need now? What was that? There's 5 here. Whatever. I can't. Is that too many? It might be too many. Who knows? Is it too few? It might be too few. Who knows? Actually, start here. Use the right blocks. No. Bad game. Nice. All right. So all we need now is the brick layer here, which now replaces this. Like this. Okay. Yeah, exactly enough. Okay. I think that will work. And then, right, we're removing the outer layer and we're replacing it all with deep slate. And probably what I should do is put stone underneath all of it. Just so I don't end up with a bunch of small zombies or small... I guess small slimes don't spawn like that, I think. But small zombies could. Baby zombies. Hey, we're getting somewhere. Slowly, but also slowly. That was here. I don't know how much I need. Small zombies still need too high. There's something we could spawn in here? I don't know. Don't care to find out too late, so we might as well just block this up. It'd be neat to be able to see all the redstone on one side. Yes, in a way. But also no. There's some neat things, but the thing is, it'll just it'll be a massive mess. Yeah, that's all I got. Now I ended up with a bunch of tiles slabs left over, but that's okay. So I think what I want to then, let's just finish the design here, because this needs to be a full block going around the whole thing. And I think what I wanted to do, ooh, hello. That's not completely done yet. A couple of them out here are. Nice. Starting to get somewhat close to the material we need. Okay, so somebody wants to sleep. Sure. So if we put those there, then obviously they are transparent. We need something else around them. And I'm thinking we try tough, but I'm not entirely certain. And then let's turn this on for a second. And I'm going to unmute myself again. All right, this is like this. Actually, you'd see through this because there is... This block underneath the lodestone is crying obsidian. I don't love this look. I think obviously the answer is more deep slate, but the answer is always more deep slate, so who knows? Let's try that. Waterlogging, yeah, waterlogging these, yes, that's true. Well, it would look really weird on the side. And actually, because these are waterloggable, I think it would actually end up spreading. So actually, some of these are going to be... Just do this for now. Again, vanilla is going to look awful. Because everything is... Oh, they don't spread because of that. Yes, okay. In shaders, it's less visible, but it also doesn't matter as much then. Like, I think I'd love these if they were full blocks. But the grates really aren't really doing it for me. It's... I don't hate this, actually. Because this is the view you'd have, and that would be a crying obsidian, but you don't see that through the waterlogged one as much. Let's... more stairs? I'm not sure where that would be. So yeah, this goes around the entire thing. Cool. What is very clear is we're going to need a lot of these. That's entirely certain. And they would go like this. And then let's just make a bunch of these so that we can try this out more fully. And I need way more of these. Oof. Okay, well, it's what it is. So it would look like this. So I didn't consider the fact that they work kind of like leaves when it comes to waterlogging, that they don't spread. That is, I think, that's a bonus for us right now. I'd like these to be full blocks. I do have them. Oh God, let me in. Okay. Yeah, I mean, sure. That kind of works, right? So we need a ton of the grates. And then that's the view of the floor. Right, yes, I could just make a little bit of a channel going around this place and then fill it in. Yeah, that's right. That's a good idea. Also gonna need to wait for eons to have all the grates. That's a different thing. Some of them are waxed, some of them are not currently. And I'm also gonna mess up my oxidation setup here when I start placing them. So I guess I can work on everything else. Are you gonna put light sources under them? No, I'm gonna have light sources in the ceiling. At least that's the design I have on the rest of the place. Okay, so I'm gonna take these away. I'm gonna use these only for the slabs here that are actually slabs. And then we'll need more. There. Tough. It's one further there. Okay, I can't fit these anymore. That's unfortunate. Let's go put these somewhere else. Put them here, I guess. Yeah. There. So much work just to try to figure this design out. Hair goes here. This goes around like this. Didn't mean to sit down in it. We're still missing a bunch of those. No, this one, but I actually want to use this first. Okay. How many of these do I need? I don't know. Probably more than that. Well, yes, but not many. That's quite well eyeballed, if I may say so myself. Okay. And we just need a ton more deep slates. Teleportation station, how does it work? Ender Pearl Stasis combined with Lodestone Compass Component Update Detection is the quick version of it. I have a prototype system working, so I can show you when we need to go somewhere. I guess I am going to convert another stack. You know what? I can do that now, because let's actually go back to my base and see if I have just a little bit more cobbled deep slate. Or tiles even. Yeah. That's really weird because I'm swimming so quickly, but I'm not moving as fast. So the field of view modifier just goes wild. All right, so this is the system I have now. So I remove this lodestone and put it back. And now I'm at my base, which is 7,000 blocks away. I'd love someone to make a step-by-step tutorial on the stasis thingamajiggy. There's a step-by-step tutorial on my channel for the stasis thingamajiggy. And there is a step-by-step tutorial on Dan Craft Heroes channel for the lodestone thingamajiggy. There's a whole version of the system that is not based on the lodestone stuff. It was before that was sort of popularized or discovered or something, before copper golems. You can do it with dolphins as well, but it's basically before that. And it uses piston bolts. And there is, like, this is exactly the same in that system. And there's a step-by-step on there. Or, like, there's a showcase of it. And then... oh, goodness. There is not a lot of this stuff. I guess I can convert the bricks to that, too. Okay, I'm gonna have to dig out all of a bunch of dips. Right, okay. Oh, well. Lodestones cannot be moved by pistons. So you are the 13% correct. Why would I do all of this if I could have it on a button? You insult me. Eight on fire. I'm presuming that's bonfire. That's supposed to be said bonfire. Thank you so much for the raid, regardless of how it's pronounced. Welcome in, folks. I hope you had a fantastic stream today.
Yay.
And welcome to Mindcrack SMP, where we're working on teleportation stations. And currently, just the surface layer, just actual, you know, how it looks, not the mechanism. The mechanism is based on these things, like that. It is. Hi. Yes. Great. This is my little stasis chamber setup. We're using lodestone. Component on lodestone compasses being updated when held by a copper golem to to detect that it is that something has happened somewhere completely different in the world. And this is the place that's going to become my main station. So this whole space is going to be the station where people will end up from the spoke stations. They'll end up here and then be able to select which station they want to go to and go there. Hello? There we go. Thank you. Which is why there's a little bit of space for just a smidge of redstone here. Your actions suggest that the lodestone can't be piston moved, but it feels like it should be. It can't pretty much because of this, I think. Not because, like, you wouldn't want people to have fun, but because what do you expect happens when you move a lodestone? What you probably expect to happen is that anything that points to it would move with it, maybe? It's a little unclear exactly what the expectation would be for how that would work. And so I think that's why it just is not allowed at all. You may not. So it's for everyone on the server? Not quite. It has a limited space. This will be large enough for 16 players. So it will be for some players on the server. Looks cool. Thanks for your videos. You're welcome, and thank you. There we go. All right, so that looks good. I think it's extremely dark now. It's not as dark in vanilla, but it looks good in this mode too. Can it be pushed on bedrock? They get extra pushy blocks? I believe the answer is no. I would expect it to break like villagers lose their workstation if moved. Yeah, it just is potentially more impactful if it's a player's thing that breaks rather than villagers. Okay, so we need something outside here. I think I wanted just deep slate tiles, but also a bunch of them is going to be crying obsidian, which I should have picked up when I was there. Do I have some somewhere? Would maybe be in here, but I don't believe that I do. I've got regular obsidian. Okay, well, let's go fetch that then. Back we go. I mean, I agree. It would be really great to have it be piston pushable, but I think mostly, honestly, because of this mechanic, which is semi-unintended. It's an accidental feature, I would call it, more than a feature. A feature that you can use for this stuff because of the way the game is optimized, basically. All the best features are like that. Some good features are actually just good features also, you know? Should have some in here. No, actually, yes. Why do I not have crying obsidian here? There should be crying obsidian in the build, and I gathered all the materials into these three. That's weird. Well, I guess I should have some somewhere. It's actually rather important that these are unbreakable blocks, like hard to break. And crying obsidian, I could use regular obsidian also. But I'd rather use crying, I think. It's just gonna look better. And the block next to it was hello? Server, are we okay here? Hey, look, it's raining on Mindcrack. What a shocker. If it becomes piston pushable, I can see that easily being abused. What do you mean? Like, it's not terribly hard to mine a lodestone. So, you know. Okay, I need the blueprint for where this goes. I got nothing to place against. There. And then the last one. Why is this not? Okay, whatever. Well, it's just on the outer edges of this, right? Oop. I can... The rest are easy enough. Why have I not filled this in? Weird that happens, since doesn't the pearl act as a chunk loader? Yes. I mean, that's a vital part of this. I'm not sure what you mean. That's the first one, I suppose. It's slightly odd, but and also it's supposed to go there, so GG. Let's mine a bit of obsidian. Okay. So now all I need to do is figure out what I want between them, which is probably deep slate tiles. To be completely honest, this is always deep slate tiles. It's only going to be visible through the grates. So it'll look like this. I tried to middle click this, but this is waxed and the ones I'm holding are not. So we'll end up looking like this. Plus waterlogging. I think the thing, if we're talking about the way the Ender Pearl reacted and well, me reacting to being teleported, I think it's more about the fact that the player is client-side controlled. Well, I do need something here because this is all visible now. The corner is visible. I think that works. Honestly, I kind of just want whatever's in between here to be as dark as possible. The case for putting getting regular obsidian here. There's another case for putting just black concrete or coal blocks here. But I don't know if I care much. Now we got rid of the rain. Very nice. Do I have any black concrete left? I certainly have coal blocks somewhere. Great. So much stuff. Oh, those are waxed. Let's put these away. Sure. That flows together much nicer, I think. There's still a little bit of texture, which is nice. I mean, that I think looks better. It's just coal blocks, it's fine. I always build with the cheapest blocks. I guess this also ends over here. Okay, now I've put away blocks I need. There. Might have to go buy more. Definitely need to go buy more crying obsidian. Especially given that this is only one station and I need not equally many, but I need 32. Yes, 32 crying obsidian for every station. Oh my goodness, what have I done? Okay, that's fine. You see how it looks with netherite? I think I shouldn't. What am I doing with the rest of this though? Oh no, have I committed myself to now just build with a whole ton of copper blocks? It certainly looks like I have these. Time to go make that wither skelly for me. Okay, well, this is no longer going to be a safe place, if you will, for copper to age, or good place for copper to age, because I'm going to be placing blocks too close. Time to excavate a trial chamber. But I need copper blocks. It's not going to help with a trial chamber. I mean, not copper, coal blocks. Copper we knew that we will be building with. Before or after the automatic copper aging machine? Definitely before. I don't necessarily think I need one of those. Although it would be cool. Let's get rid of this. And place... I'm going to get rid of all of them. I want as many as possible to be able to try stuff over here. Because what I need now is I need to figure out what is this central column. And it really sort of looks like... Okay. I'm going to need more of these anyway. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm not just making them. Like it's going to be like this. And then what is here? Because in the schematic, this is a 4 wide path. No, it's a 5 wide path. But one of them is now this. Why is that? I've done this wrong. Because... Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well, alright. It's all wrong. Glad these weren't crying obsidian. Okay, well, that needs to move in. So this needs to move in. So all of these needs to move in all the way into here. Although I might want to dig in from the side instead. That's awkward. There. Okay, inventory is a hot mess, as usual. Put some of the tough stuff away. I will need these. Put the dye away. Don't need 2 stacks of glass at the moment. Meant to ask about the task today, how did the teleportation store? We just showcased it. We'll be using the prototype thing. I have more to get back to my base. So just hang tight and we'll show it again whenever we need to. Okay, let me just that's supposed to go there. These go like this and then like this. From here, there. Right, and then this gets removed. And this line is gonna have the stairs. Yes. I'm actually gonna block that up. There. Let's grab a little bit more stone. I think I need 6 potentially. Let's just grab a stack. Just fill this in as well. That's this. So I've left that open apparently. Okay, whatever. Those boxes aren't going to pack themselves. Good luck, Lightning. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, so now these go across here. That was interesting. A little bit of a lag. That goes across there. And now that's our full block layer. Yes. So we have a 5 wide thing here. And I could either do this. Excuse me. Which looks really cool, but now I've used up better part of a stack of coal blocks. Or I put this line of something else because it is the path going in, so it would be natural that it's something else. Which I think is what I would like to do, because I don't want the design where I'm using it. Oh, come on. I've used up a ton of coal blocks anyway. But then the question is, what is this? Only one machine can link to one player, right? It's going to be a lot of copper golems. Yes. And that's why this system is limited to 16 players. It scales poorly. But what I have is this setup will be a way to select where you want to go and your player, and it will only need 2 copper golems per player per station. So it won't need, like, it won't scale super poorly. So we have a path coming here. Like, one thing we could do is we need full blocks here. We do tough bricks, and then the main part of the path is, oopsie, where did I, here. I'm gonna put these away, actually. There's also, chiseled up. I would love this. No, wait, hold on. These. That might be interesting. But I definitely don't want them like this. That's just over the top. And I don't think I want just tough here, because it's already a block here. So then we are talking about tough bricks again. Let's assume that we're just doing tough bricks for now. And then the... want deep slate bricks here? Hold on. I am forgetting the fact that I need this to be spawn proofed. So I can't just use these here. Do I actually? Yeah, because this chunk is the chunk that's slime chunk. I'm quite sure this is the slime chunk. So I need the entire path needs to be spawn proof. I actually think one of these is also a slime chunk. We have ads, folks, so I'm going to actually just take a break here for a second. We'll be back with more designing and thoughts in just a few minutes, folks. That's in this side. Very good. What? Was this a squid? Hit the squid? That is so stupid. But you have an iron golem in your backyard? No, he's actually out. Okay. Okay, that just we need we need that. Yeah, okay, that's good. I'll leave now though. Thank you. That was fun. Appreciate that. Hi, cow.
We will honor your memory always.
Whee! Villagers like to argue about not hostile. What is this? Wouldn't hurt a fly. Unless it had good loot, you know?
You can actually get up to 3 blocks at a time in this snapshot.
Yeah, I know.
Because your off stand still works, yeah. And also your head. Although your head is not a reliable storage. Not your head in particular, Lime. It's just saying. in
My head has never been reliable storage, Bruno.
Come on. You're looking so good. Yes. Come here. Eat the smite axe of doom. Taste the lime. Monster hunter from a wither. Let's go. Didn't even use a golden apple. Holy smokes. That went so much better than I had any right to go. Even got the star. Let's go. Man. All right, we're back. You can make it select the last player that joined the server. Removes 1 golems per player for a different type of wireless. Exploded out of bed. Are we? Do we need sleep? No. I hated when I wake up and get exploded out of bed. So I could make these into stairs. I think that is because these don't matter, I think, because they are, yeah, they're just kind of a piece of the wall. But these definitely do. And this, could put these as stairs and then make these as slabs, either one higher or one lower. I could also put these as stairs and then just put carpet on the walkway. I definitely think I'd try these as stairs to begin with. Ooh. Precious copper. Yep. Put down some more. A piece in the wall still hasn't oxidized. Why am I wearing a beanie indoors? Because I live in Sweden and it's really cold. And I get cold really easily. I guess that's the larger part of it. But yeah, our house is not super warm, and I tend to get like my hands tend to get really cold and stuff. Okay, I've concluded that I'm not going to use these. Then I don't need these, I think. It gives me a little bit of space. I don't need these for a while. How do you know I'm not streaming from outdoors, by the way? Okay, so I want these facing that way. You get another layer of kind of this design. Think about whether you want to waterlog them later. Could also be an option. Okay. That, I think, will look decent. I am going to... Right. I'm going to waterlog this entire thing now. Or, well, just... Actually... Can shift do that one. Does it... Okay, no, it doesn't transfer over to this lab. Okay. Nice. Let's back on this rhythm. Yes. It certainly is harder to see exactly what's going on with water with the shaders on. And now everything gets annoying. Because I can't. I have to shift click these. There we go. Bring my water back. I don't know that I would care about oxidize or waxing these actually. I watched a Japan's thing about dealing with the cold. Seems most problems can be fixed with nice tea. Sure. So in without the shader, it looks like this. With the shaders, look like this. This is a little janky. I don't love it, but I don't know that I have much in the ways of options because I need this entire thing to be spawn proof, which is just really annoying. The alternative is kind of to do a glass walkway here too, which I mean, it might take away from this. Also keep in mind that this will be lit up more and not have a reflection of granite. Okay, well, I need to make a bunch more grates. How convenient that this just came through there then. I'm just going to do this for 20. Hello, Fedrin and friends. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, folks. Hope you had a fantastic stream today. Welcome over to near Spawn, where... well, Spawn Island, where I'm working on the design of the main station of Mindcrack's new teleportation network. There's our first floor. It's taken a while to figure out how I wanted this. Problem being, this is a slime chunk. This whole thing is a slime chunk. So I need the whole this thing to be spawn proofed without light spawn proofing. So now you have an expert on copper grate designs in chat. It's true. It's true. Pazdan has been working a lot on the sewers, which are right over here. And so that's kind of the materials I'm basing this off. Trying to make it fit in. But also using a little bit more glass and stuff to make it feel a little bit more technologically advanced, I guess, given that it is a teleporter. More grates. I need way more. I also need even more. I think I had some more. I do. Let's use just... I don't know. I probably need more, but I'm not going to make more than I need right now because my copper supply is not great. I actually need 2 more crafts. Oh, well. Hey, I did that thing. It's actually kind of getting somewhere here. Cool. I do like that. I do like that. It's a little weird with these, given that this goes down like this, but whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to here either. It mostly does so because the other side does need to go down like that. It's not great, but you want it to be. Also, this is a maximum punnage zone today. It's just so you know what you're getting into, raiders. Okay, so it's just like I just cover that up, I think. And it's deep slate tiles in the original design. I think I want to keep that. I also need to figure out a ceiling design, and that I do want to incorporate lights into, which I don't know. There's shroom lights here. Are those visible in here? They are not. There's only shroom lights on the outside, and well, no. There's a grated shroom light. Not a thing I thought I would say today. And then there's lanterns hanging off of these. That's interesting. Dare suggest copper bulbs? Of course, dare suggest. It's mostly that I'm trying to match this design, right? It could work. Oh no. Poor Joey. Like, we also have this stuff. So the lights that are ceiling lights appear to be shroom lights with grates. Which is cool. And then lanterns from these chiseled bricks, I think they're called. Okay. We'll see what we can make of that. It's decently easy to get that to work on this side because there's not a lot of stuff. On the other side, there's a mechanism like everywhere. And we also need to fit a button for calling. Because there's a recall button on every station. I need to figure out this center first though. So I think we'll leave the thoughts about the walls and stuff here for now. And I am going to fill in the... Do I want to try glass, actually? Almost certainly glass is going to look better than carpet, isn't it? And then I'd put something underneath. I could put something uniform underneath it. This is tough bricks. How weird is it going to be if I put the same material here as there and then cover that with glass? Not necessarily too weird, but quite boring. Grated shroom light might make a nice tea. I don't know, given where shroom lights come from. I'd like to put those in my tea, to be honest, but to each their own, I suppose. See, just that is better. But I still don't like it. And I like it even less without shaders. Okay, I'm gonna try the carpet version. Because just having a path that's covered in carpets might not be too bad here. I actually need to kind of fill this in. You know what? I just used up like 4 million copper blocks, so take the opportunity to mine these up. And they'll end up covered forever. Okay. Nice. There's dripping, crying obsidian on the outside here. Okay, need more stone. Doesn't have to be stone, I suppose. Although, you use diorite or something, but now we started with stone, it's fine. I guess I didn't necessarily need that layer because these are solid. Oh well. I'd rather have it over spawn proofed than under spawn proofed, to say. The weird thing is now I'm gonna have to make the same floor design and stuff out here, which is not a slime chunk, potentially. So it's just a bunch of extra work. Put my carpets in here. I'm gonna try black carpet. It feels like the most likely to work. I could also, I guess, make some pattern or something. Kind of goes decently well with these, actually. It's not my favorite thing ever, but it does the job, kind of. They're going to support carpet. They should probably use something other than stone, like you do under redstone. It doesn't matter. Like if you mine these out, you just put the carpet back. And have you ever been known for doing tons of extra work to make a build look good? I feel like somebody outed me. Let's try to get this. I mean, another option is to turn these around, actually. They'd be like, not like that. Still not like that. God damn it. Place the block right line. Okay, here's a really weird one. What if I did this? Almost have to waterlog them for that to work well, I think, but I kind of like that. I did not mean to remove that one. Okay, this is going to be just really annoying. I'm just going to remove them all. Place them back. Am I being really weird here, chat? I can't. Convince Lime to use calcite in large quantities somewhere in the build? I mean, maybe that's a different station. I don't think it's here. There's no way to use calcite in a spawn-proof manner. Okay, almost jumped down after that. Okay. I think this works. I'm gonna quickly peek at where the end of this room is. It goes like that. Okay, so we need one more here. Sure. Which I have apparently put those away. Let's put the ore among the rest of the ore. Ooh, there's a whole bunch of coal in here already. Of course. That's nice. Let's grab a little bit more stone. Plonk that down here. This is kind of the end of the corridor. Nice. Now I can put away the carpet because I shouldn't need it anymore. Got it in here. Yep. I am going to stuff my coal blocks back where I usually have them. I do have more at my base. Just had a full stack in there. Should really get more copper out aging. These are not far enough apart. What did I do? Put something else somewhere. I don't know. There. Okay. All right. Well, this is pretty good. Then I need the same. Now I signed myself up to doing this weird thing on this side too. The wall goes up to here, so the next block over here is not going to be visible. I think the type of floor connection pattern, almost like a loose zipper, is sometimes used in industrial buildings. Interesting. Hey, Michael. So I need to now figure out a good way to write your name that way. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you. It's going to be incredibly annoying without building this part first. TTS likes to... TTS does TTS things, yes. I can do this, I guess. That does work. Although this is awfully weird of a placement. Of course. You know what? Maybe this is an easier way to do this. I don't need that one. Stuff back up onto here and then... Yes. That will work. And Oh, I do need this one. And I have exactly one to view. Oh, well. There. Cool. Okay. So then the next one over is going to be another waterlogged grates thing, then tough bricks, polished tough slabs. And then I need a row of tile slabs underneath here. Now we're going to start building over this big hole soon. That will be lovely, won't it? Nothing can possibly go wrong here. Doesn't go this far out. I hope you're not scared of heights, chat. That's the corner. Wait, is this part wider? Oh no, it's because it's the inner, it's like this corner. That makes sense, and it is lined to that. So we're going 2 blocks extended past that. Like that. And then it goes all the way out there somehow to something that I don't quite know. I need my tough slabs. Got these. Did I put some back? No, I wouldn't have put them there. I would have put them here. But apparently I've used up all my tough. Just like raw tough or whatever it's called. Just tough. Okay. I need so many of these. I don't even know. Okay, so. Yes, so the inner corner will be on that. That makes sense. And it is, because of these, yes, it's there. Yeah, that's one outside. That goes there, and then it goes there. Okay. So now all I need to do, other than, build the rest of the floor, is to figure out how far in I go, which I guess we do by smacking this up here. And these are just like the one line outside of this, what is concrete in the schematic. Yeah, this is reasonable. Feel great about where I'm situated right now. Not at all holding on to the shift button very heavily. Cool. So with that, we should spin these around a whole circle with very square corners, because circles totally have corners. Oh my goodness. And now I'm out of those. Okay. Don't crap your finger. Well... I'm on these, I guess. Fine, that's nowhere near enough, right? 16. How deep is this thing? I'm gonna need... No, because these are stairs. Okay, no, I don't need more. But I do need way more than 16. No, I just don't need more after I'm done with this. So we can take from these. I have no idea. Let's start with 34, which is a very nice and round Minecraft number. Love that. It was like steps down onto it because it can suddenly step down to it because it's a slab below. Doesn't make me jump at all. Okay, so I made a few too many, but that's fine. We're gonna need more. Okay, the next... What's the block outside of this, though? Oh. Have I caused a big problem for myself? No, I have not. But I need to figure out what the block is because it's going to be visible. And I fear it might be coal blocks. Because there's dispenser... Oh, well. Yeah, because those are... solid blocks, but you will see it through because this thing that is a stripped pale oak, I think, yeah, in the schematic is now translucent. It's these transparent even and waterlogged. That's why I was wondering if I'd made a mess out of for myself, but really the thing that will look good is just coal blocks, isn't it? But I guess you're going to see the dispenser. We could also do something that looks dispenser-ish and not care about what we had on this side. That might be nicer, actually. Do I have dispensers? No, I have a dispenser. Lovely. It's off of this thing. That's gonna be there, so it's gonna look like this. What are we putting in here? They're only gonna be visible through the grates. And they're going to be two apart like this, I think. I mean, I could do stuff that looks the same. Even just a furnace has exactly the same texture, right? I could also do just the tough... Polished tough? Actually, hold on. What if we took these? They might work reasonably. A very busy texture though. No. That ain't the play. These have a slight bit of more blue in them, whereas this has more green to it also. Why are these being so slow? I think I'm not going to put any more copper out here because I'm going to end up not being able to access it. Okay, I'm going to put that away. But I'm actually... Well, I do think I have more oxidized copper. I'm not going to immediately run out here, but... I need something slightly darker. It's kind of nice to maintain the kind of patterned look, though. So I don't think it's tough. Because of the green. The greeniness of it. Some black mold there. It wouldn't... Like, honestly, also, one thing we should look at, just to not be incredibly silly, is how does it look if we replace these coal blocks with wool? Because the difference is not that large, right? And to be honest, you're only going to see these through here. So maybe I should just do that. Basalt? Maybe. Polished basalt running like a log here might be good. I'm gonna try that. I do like the coal block texture more in conjunction with these. But the thing is, you will only see it through the copper grates. So it is really a very silly thing to waste all this coal on. Although I do want to make the Wither Skeleton farm at some point. Not necessarily because I feel like they deeply need a lot of Wither Skeleton skulls, but also like just coal and being able to build with coal blocks is underrated. But yeah, I'm not gonna be silly now.
Yay.
But let's do this, then let's go back to my base, get some basalt. The coal blocks use more of your resources, so better for chat. Okay. I don't have enough. I don't have enough Twitch subs for this stuff. Did you check the difference without shaders? That's a good point. I will do that now that I've replaced all of them. And it's the maximum amount of work to put them back. But like, without shaders, you basically don't see them. Because you just see the blue. So, I'm happy with that. It goes in here. Alright, let's go grab some basalt. I don't think I have any shulker or anything, so. I am very happy that I do have this teleporter system, because we've moved many tens of thousands of blocks back and forth today very quickly. Will be even nicer when it's, you know, the actual teleporter station where I'm building. The first thing to do when I have any other teleporter station I build is to make my own teleporter there. Also, the new version of these is faster to pick up. And it doesn't, I don't need to wait to place the lodestone back in those basalts here. 36 polish. We'll just grab these. Do we care about smooth basalt? Trying that. I don't believe I will want that. And also I have more of them here. So let's stack those. We'll grab a stack just for the sake of it. And while I'm here, I'm being extremely stupid. I was like, I don't have dispensers. It's not dispensers, they're droppers. So I put the wrong block there. I need 16 droppers. And at least one more space of inventory. I'll need the 5 stone blocks. Yep, for anybody who didn't see the teleporter before, this is the system, right? So there's a copper golem sorting lodestone compasses. That's how we detect that this should trigger. And then this is my stasis chamber design. This gets pushed over, so you see this soul sand block here is what's making this into a bubble column. Gets pushed over, replaced by this, so the ender pearl drops. And then I can throw one directly up, which means you don't need a bunch of ender pearls, you just need one, and it's super simple to reset. And you get an ender pearl out of this dropper, not dispenser, every time you arrive. So you never have to worry about having ender pearls with you for the system to work. And that's why that needs to be a dropper, not a dispenser. Oh well. Is that the same guy or a new guy? No, the other guy was in a boat, so that's a new guy. Hi. Selling ice. Corn coral, nice. Buckets of puffer fish. Evil things. We're not buying those. Okay. So, to begin with, I have one inventory space. See if we can not have that dispenser drop into the massive hole. Of course. And I did have enough droppers in there, but whatever. Now I don't remember where it was. There. Oh, it's every other. Okay, cool. All the way down the end. I mean, reasonably, this should be 8. That'll do, I think. Nice. This is even quite reasonable to place for once. What have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And then I guess I do need something for the corner and the back end. I guess I just do these all the way. I would have loved to climb. Put the stupid schematic away before you hurt yourself. Oh man. Okay. You saw nothing, chat. Very good, very good. I appreciate that. Guess this needs to be that too. So we have 2 from the beginning here. That, right? Because this is the space for the grate. Yes, very good. You could even say great. Okay, there it is. That's the full circle. Now I need to figure out this floor, which is just going to be a mirror of this floor. But that makes it seem easy, but it's not. Because, yeah, it's going to need to be placed downwards. And downwards here is slightly awkward. Oh, it's a cat scam. I'm so sorry. So sorry, chat. Ellie's ways are mysterious indeed. But I do have enough stuff to finish this outer row, actually. Might just do that first, because it gets quite annoying. So we're gonna waterify, yes, that's the word, all of this, and then we're gonna place the grates in so they get waterlogged, because this way it spreads by itself. Which is quite annoying to get to work. Because they don't spread because the grates are they work like leaves. I can do this, yes. That was fixed in the last version or something. There we go. Give me back some water. 22 of these. I don't think that's nearly enough, but that's actually interesting. It's not going to help me much. These are 16 some blocks wide. So I'm going to need way more. Uh, 7 times 4. I think this isn't gonna be enough. Hi, Jen. Yeah, not enough. We're needing like 3 copper blocks more or something. Yeah. Which is exactly, seemingly, 1 fewer than I have. Come on. Why? What am I doing? I am building what it will become. Of course, yes. None of them have oxidized. Great. What will become a teleporter station, and we're kind of doing the interior design of it right now. So every one of these crying obsidian will have a lodestone on top of it that will be used to trigger a remote teleporter. And in here, every one of these droppers will be a place where you arrive with a teleporter. But what I haven't figured out before is the actual like block palette and design of the thing. The redstone is all designed, but I'm not going to be building that on stream because that will be quite boring, I think. But yeah, we are exactly 2 copper grates short. And I have, well, I guess I could just place the, wait, those were waxed. So no, I couldn't even place those. I could place a couple of unwaxed, unoxidized one and just let them oxidize slowly over time, but nah. I'm gonna need to figure out some copper aging system at some point, I guess. Okay. Anyway, what we want now is this. A circle-ish border of deep slate tile stairs. And there's 16 blocks on either side. And I think this floor matches where those go. That would seem to indicate that I need 32 plus whatever the width of this is, which is what, 7? How did you convince Seba to cooperate today? No disruptions from Screaming Cat so far. We already did a recording thing with Mindcrack earlier today. And so he's been closed onto the top floor since then. And he did an absolute crazy howl just before that was supposed to start. And so I just gave him new food and then... I don't think there's a way I can fix this without going all the way down there and picking it up. Wait, do we still have the... No, we don't have the water up anymore. I really want to go pick that up. You know what? We'll finish this first because there is definitely a non-zero chance that I'll need to go pick up more. Yeah, Seba usually has like free reign of both floors, but sometimes he becomes so annoying that we have to close him on the top floor. And sometimes when he does that, then Ellie will really want to go up to the top floor. So she knows how to open that door. So she'll go and open it, and then somebody will come back down, and then somebody will go close it, and then she will be upstairs and like scratch the door like crazy. They work great together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's no way I can do this. I don't think so. That's not the block I wanted. I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? Oh, I did get it. Okay. Now we're gonna waste like 2 rockets getting up there. Oh, come on. That's incredibly annoying. Yeah, great. Let me. Game. Never mind. Okay. So what did I say? 14? I now need 13. Oh, give me back that like lost minute. I probably don't even have the count anymore because that took so long. I've forgotten. Ta-da! Alright. Cool. Oxidize, you stupid copper blocks. We now need brick slabs top, brick slabs bottom, tough slabs tops, tough slabs bottom. Because I'm not starting a new survival world, do you have any ideas what I should build for my base? Not sure. You talking mechanics or visuals? Put this wool away. Okay, so need some more of these. This isn't going to be enough, I think. Oh, it's certainly not going to be enough. We might as well do that. And then, do I really only have 4 of those left? Yes, I do. I need a ton of these. Don't actually know how many. Somehow we also need to get them down by 1. Did I have a... I do have this here still, so okay. this is going to be incredibly annoying, actually, because I am also going to need a bottom slab off of this. Somehow. I think this will look a lot better also once I get the lights back in here. Okay. I guess I can do this. I thought I was the only one who wasted several rockets on a single block. Can't waste stuff, you know? In a way, those rockets are farm material, right? But deep slate sure is not farm. So I stand by my life decisions. Do I have any idea how many I need? We started there, went around there. What's that, like 10? That stack of deep slate is running awfully low. I should have picked up more glass when I was at base also. Nice, okay. This now is even more difficult. I have 14 tough blocks of brick slab, whatever. They are not going to be enough. And this needs to go top. Bye-bye. I don't care about a single piece of netherrack. I don't care about a single piece of netherrack. I don't care about a single piece of netherrack. I will not go down after a single piece of netherrack. Maybe 8 more? Look at my shiny piece of netherrack. Which I need because I need to do this. And then I didn't think about that when I made these, so it's this 5. Okay. Cool. Major reason for this, for those of you who've joined late, is this weird design. Part of it is there's mechanism stuff that connects to this from underneath, and so, or rather from above. There's the stations, most of them, not so much this one, but most of them have, well, even this one to some degree, have a bunch of redstone that is like right on top of the ceiling here. And so the ceiling becomes quite low, and so what I've done is lower the floor to account for that. So that's why you go up to use the things. But also, at least this, but I think also like maybe that corner is a slime chunk. And so I'd like to... Wow, that is dark. I'm going to do that without shaders. Everything needs to be spawn-proof is the problem. And everything being spawn-proof here involves no lighting, because slimes can spawn in any light. I just need everything to not be a solid spawnable block. Okay. Which, as far as I know, we should have achieved here. Okay. So these are glass, they are not spawnable. These are stairs, they're not spawnable. These are lower slabs, they're not spawnable. These are transparent blocks, not spawnable. These are going to be inside a wall. These are stairs, not spawnable. These are carpet, not spawnable. These are inside the wall. So the same thing over here. So I think we've achieved that. The thing we haven't achieved is get one more copper block so we can finish those 2 damn spaces. Ah! I'm liking how this is shipping up. I guess the next thing to think about is now, what are these pillars? And I guess this seems to indicate that those pillars should maybe be basalt. It does kind of fit nicely. It's slightly more blue than this, so maybe they shouldn't be. I have put them far enough apart. Yeah, I'm just not being lucky here. Let's go look at this again. There are these pillars that we could copy. Yeah, I remember end up a little bit busy though. That's a polished block, polished chiseled brick, chiseled copper. It was a chiseled cut copper thing, chiseled brick. It's gonna be every 2 blocks also, so that might be a little bit much. But we can try setting that up and see how it works. Polished tough. Polished, chiseled bricks. Okay. Put them in here, I think. So one of these. I don't have any polished tough left. We got a couple of these. There's also a backside to it, which maybe I use the other version of then. I need a bunch of these. Also put these in there, I guess, but they're kind of weird. So that would be those, these, those, and then I think we've already hit the ceiling, actually. We have I was thinking about this. It's just the same thing, but with a polished block there instead. And that is going to happen. Oh. It's going to be like here. Actually, that needs to be a hopper, so maybe I put that there right away. Be annoying to do later. There's a hopper going in there. Let's just put another one there. In case I want to try 2 next to each other, so we would have that, that. This is awfully dark. Another question is I need a pressure plate on this. So what pressure plate are we using? Stone maybe is the reasonable answer. There are no copper pressure plates, right? No, because they're not like generally metal. They're like heavy and light-weighted. Warped wood. I mean, we have a reasonably similar color, I guess. I don't think I have any with me. I'm gonna try just a stone pressure plate and see how that looks for now. Okay, I think that's decent. A blackstone one might fit into the like general color, but the blackstone is more like it got a purple tone or something. I don't think I like warped wood because it has the very clear like lines through it, and since it's right next to copper, I think the color difference will be weird. But I think this is fine. I think these generally have some piece of light here. The columns are quite tall, but I guess we could just do this. We can continue. These are. No, there are column there. Okay. The backside too. Okay. I think I like this design. The question is just how busy does this become? Also likely there's going to be a sign here with like whoever is the owner of that particular teleporter. Oh, yes, please and thank you. Finally. Hey. You know what? All of these are going to be like through polished, so it's fine to do that, I would say. Come here. Thank you. Very, very appreciative of the fact that you did not drop into the void. Okay. I'm gonna need another oxidized copper block to do that. I guess another option is to do these on the outside and this on the inside. I think I like this more. Maybe set up a full stack of this. So that would be... Never mind, I don't have more of those. These. Need a bunch of them. Let's just do that. I don't know what I'll do higher up, to be honest. It's a little bit of the question that remains with this design. This would be like this. And then... Could let them oxidize in place, that's true. Where's the... There, okay. So... It's... Oh wait, there's also that. That's right. There's a segment here. Oh, that's actually quite important to figure out. So you can see this piston. That's the kind of driver circuit, and that's why the ceiling is so low. I need... That stone is where the piston goes off of. And then I guess we use one of these. That's visible from in here. Let's get rid of that. No. I can put these up here, I guess. I don't think it matters much because this far up you don't really see much. So I think I just want polished stuff up here. Which means I just need more of those. Why didn't I make more of those? I have like a ton of tuff here. Tuff is not the material that I'm running low on. How is this not oxidized a single step yet? Don't tell me this is waxed. No, it's not. It's just lime luck. You know, let's just polish this entire thing. Okay. So that is supposed to be an iron pressure plate. I'm gonna actually just not put that there, I guess. Sure. Let's grab those. An iron pressure plate. It needs to be on the bottom. Wait. I wanted to slap that way. I think it goes there. No. That would be there. Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had it on the bottom. Sorry for the stupid schematic view. Put that there. I think it will flip away from me, which I think is what I want. That has a piston here. I guess I am going to just set up that piston. I guess I'm not going to set up the piston. Never mind. But anyway, the piston goes there, and that needs to be hidden by some form of ceiling underneath. And the ceiling is, in this design, a couple of trapdoors. And then that is actual ceiling material. Which I don't know what I want to do. I guess it's probably tough, but everything is tough. So I feel like there needs to be some kind of more material involved here. Because like, there's this in the ceiling here, which is an interesting detail. That is a full or a lower slab, potentially. Tough is great. Yeah, sure. There's a bunch of tough. There's these, and then there's those. Okay. I don't know. I do not know. Weird rain coming in through that random hole. My goodness. The Runwell Raid. Thank you so much. Welcome in, folks. I hope you had a fantastic stream. Welcome, welcome. We are currently, I guess I will show you, over at... Oosh. Oh god. These shaders, save me. We're over near spawn. This is Spawn Island. This is right outside, across the bridge, and I'm working on... Okay, well, you can see it on stream. I tried. And apparently I haven't slept for a bit. Working on the first main teleporter station for the server. I'm sorry, what? Okay. Never mind. Okay, somebody slept. Nice. I'm kind of doing the design work for it. So I'm not going to do all the redstone for this stuff on stream, but we're doing the design, and I'm currently quite happy with the floors. This is complicated by the fact that these are slime chunks, so I need to prevent spawns. That's why there's glass and slabs and grates and carpets everywhere. This is basically going to be one of the stations where you arrive. This is supposed to be a piston. These two need to be concealed somehow, and then this is a regular ceiling block. And that is going to also have a button on top of it. So it needs to be something where a button is visible. I probably don't want to use a cut copper there. I bring people. Very nice. Kind of thinking, oh, how would a chisel tough? That's not what I want. Although these could look kind of funky also. Oh, it's these I'm thinking about. It's just the bottom is different from the sides. So we put that there. My goodness, it's so dark. Let's do this for now. We put button there. How do... I mean, I do want these eventually. I'm completely out of... Never mind, I have one oxidized copper block at this point. I need to put up more of these to oxidize, but I'm also not going to be streaming for that much longer. I guess we'll put a new one here. Although this is too close to, these are now too close to that line of copper grates. So that's why they are not oxidizing. There, sure. I'm just going to spam these out now. They don't fit anymore. Okay. How do you copper trapdoors have a bunch of holes in them. So that's probably not great. Aren't they more likely to oxidize because they're close to already oxidized blocks? The other way around. They're more likely to oxidize if they're not within 4 blocks of any other copper. And there is some effect of other already oxidized blocks, but it is only in certain special cases. Pixel Riffs has a good rundown of those things. There's a lot of misconceptions about exactly how that works. Violence happened here, I guess. I'm not sure what. Huh? Hello? We have a new. Basically, if you place them 4 blocks apart, that's the best you can do. I'm not going to be streaming that much longer. Famous phrase used in the 12-hour streams. Yeah. I mean, it tends to happen a bunch when there's people raiding in and there's a good vibe and stuff, right? I am tired though. We did do another Mindcrack recording thing, like I said before this, so I've already sort of done recording brain stuff for like 4 hours before starting the stream today. Generally, what I would do in this situation is to have this 2 trapdoors of something solid. This is going to be a piston in the final design. This is just a trapdoor. But it's also sometimes, well, when the system is open, when you need to throw a pearl up, this is pushed over there, and this is an air block. I could do this. That would be viable. I don't love how that looks, but you can still walk in. And then I need a button on here that is visible and some nice color. Maybe that's a warped button then? Or maybe a Blackstone button. I mean, really the alternative is to make these and have them anyway, even though they're just going to expose a bunch of what's behind them. I don't think I like that. Okay, so if I have this, I'm gonna look at this. Where is it? Yeah, okay. So hold up. Oh, that's just because I put the block that isn't here. So these are lights in my other design. So the question is, if I want the kind of hanging style of lights here, well, how do I do that? Because that will definitely not fit in. Lantern. On the other hand, the main station doesn't have as much space requirements. So there could be, the ceiling here could be higher up between these. These need to look this way. But between them, there could be a higher ceiling. And usually I've used like top slabs and stuff to be able to put redstone on top of it, which is important for the other stations, for the spoke stations. But not here. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put away some stuff. And I'm going to go fetch... What do I want? I want some blackstone. Actually, do I have like a blackstone button here? Apparently I don't. Thought I might have. What do I want to try? The rates approach the rate with 4 block separation as you increase the percentage of oxidized blocks. Yes. If all nearby blocks are oxidized, it's the same as 4 block separation. There's some nuance to that. I'd really suggest watching Pixel Riff's kind of myth-busting stuff about copper aging. So what do I want? I want shroom lights, I want lanterns, I want blackstone button, I probably want some warped wood. It's 4 things. See if I can remember 4 things. I'm sure chat will help me out. Right, chat? Right. And for those of you who haven't seen it, now you can see how the teleporter actually works, because I have a system that is only for me, which is based on the same tech as this, so sort of this but better, and for 16 players rather than just me. All right, so this is a stasis chamber. You can see this is the same. It's got the same shape. It's just different materials. This is how it triggers. You pick up a lodestone and then you place it back. And over at my base, there's a ender pearl that's loading the thing because ender pearls. And there's a copper golem sorting compasses, and one of them had was a lodestone compass pointed to that lodestone. And so when I picked up the lodestone, it broke, and he saw that and sent me here. And this is about 7,000 blocks away from spawn, so it's a sizable distance that we just traveled. I wanted none of this. Here, yeah. Some warped wood. Where would I have shroom lights? I know I have some. Might just be like over here. Okay, let's just look in every single stupid chest. Okay. I mean, this would have been a reasonable place. We'll take the lanterns, though. Okay. I am so sure I have some shroom lights. There. Not many, mind. That is a bit of a problem. Blackstone. I was like, there was one more thing. It was 4 things. I should need many. We'll do that. Is there any other material I might want to use for these buttons? Like, it's honestly could be any wood. And so you might want to think about other wood types. Like mangrove. This dark oak is just like a nice, quite dark thing. But then if I just wanted dark, then I could just use blackstone. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 things. Hey, Lexi. That might have been too quick. The new design that I'm using in the new stations is not sensitive to how quickly you put the lodestone back, which is nice. And there is how it works. You toss it up, it gets detected, and a piston, which is, well, in this case it's sideways, but in that case it'll go this way, pushes this instead of the open iron trapdoor. I guess maybe I should have started the ceiling design on the other side where there's much less complications. But on the other hand, if I solve the design out here, then it should be easy enough to make it here. So these, the way ceiling lights look out there is great with a shroom light above it. So let's try what happens if we just put that immediately next to this button. I guess that would sort of work. Let's try a blackstone button. I mean, the button is very visible for certain. This becomes a lot of green in one place. I'm not so sure I like these anymore if this is here. Although I think this could work. I need my tough stuff back. Stop. Looks a bit phallic. All right. Sure. If the ceiling level is up there, then the problem is this becomes visible. So there has to be stuff here. Like, and it could be there, or because it's between the things, it could be there. And I think I kind of like that more. The more space I can give, the better. But now this does not look good at all. And maybe the thing to do instead, that really does not look good. Maybe it's still those there, but then these here instead. Kind of loses a bit of the nice transition that was there. You gonna hold a lottery to see who gets one of the 16 spots? I'm going to let people buy the spots. This teleporter is a subscription service. I mean, the other alternative here is we just don't do these at all. We just have this, but then it becomes very uniform. Try what I said before, which is put that there. That sort of works, I guess. I need fewer of them also as a result. And I guess we could put the sign of who owns the thing here. What do I make that sign out of? I guess warped wood sign could be a thing we use here. I don't want to use the warped wood for sticks. That'd be very silly. I think I left. It's empty. Oh, hey, look, I had blackstone in a box here. Hey, thank you. Thank you for gifting a sub to Ulek. Appreciate that. I mean, I have some form of regular wood in here, right? Yeah. You become sticks. Let's try one of these. It is because like we could do that, but that's going to just highlight the fact that this is a different color. So I think we put it here. What? Why? Why is my name on there already? I guess it's because of the schematic. I mean, this is completely invisible, but that we can solve with a glow. It's not entirely the right color, but I think it's gonna be the best. No, I don't want this to also say my name. So it looks like this. Okay, I think that's okay. I guess one thing I could do is I could save on materials by using these instead here if I'm doing that. That's a piston in the final build. I don't want to do that, so I guess we do this so we can see the side of this. The alternative would be to do that. I don't hate that. The ceiling kind of goes like this. But it's kind of weird because this in the sewers, I think that's like in the ceiling. And that's why they are there also. Let's go look at one of them. Yeah, I mean, here's even up by one, right? There are slabs next to it. And it's really sunk into the ceiling. Which is going to be really hard to replicate here. Because it would have to be one. Well, I mean, it's not really. Oh, my at hand. Could just do that. There's nothing preventing me from. You have the agency line. Do the thing. That would be, in that case, this is like here. And the shroom light is all the way up there. And then I need something that is next to this. Maybe I don't have it there then? Maybe I do this and then move this out by one step. How far out are we into the room? Because at some point we're making a symmetrical thing, so it's going to bump into the next one over. Give me that. I guess we also have the problem of what do we put behind this on the sides. At least I suppose we just slap in some of these. More slabs, please. I mean, another option, because these don't have to be there. Give me that. No? Okay, cool. Good talk. There we go. Is to do that. Or even more of these. No. Absolutely not. Okay. And I mean, I was thinking about these, but there's no way, right? That just looks kind of weird. Give me those. Okay, so I think the best thing to do is this. Which gives this a little weird edge here, but that's okay, I think. We want to try to use a completely different block here. I don't think so. So, we need to go grab some more of those cut copper slabs. And see how this would look with several next to each other. It's going to look like this. With another one of these. Do you want to try this? Sure. I like the black stone better immediately. Definitely want one of these. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. So then that goes there. This goes here. I mean, another shroom light up there. I could not have these every one, but I think it'll look weird if it's not. I think this works. The question is, center line is here. So we have 2 blocks in between. That's not too bad. Okay. So, what if we did this? I don't hate that. It is quite dark down here, though. At least with shaders. Like, can I squeeze in? I could put lights like underneath here or something. It would be visible from here. I don't know. I think one thing I've done in several of the others is make one of the back blocks here a light block. Could even have the one behind the sign be that. Don't know what it would be though. Because these really don't fit the vibe on the rest. I could be using green frog lights maybe. I think they might fit. We are what if I replace these with a lit copper bulb? There's redstone coming from here. That should not affect it. There's no redstone close enough to... It doesn't look as good, I think, but it seems to me like a block that should really fit. I guess it would have to be oxidized, which is a problem. Because... Oh, this is going to fall, isn't it? Bye-bye. Yeah, let's try it. These are not very bright. And I guess that, I guess. Yeah. This does have a kind of redstone component look to it, so it kind of almost indicates that like this is now working, which I could make it do, but I don't think I want that. Okay, it's also because of the oxidation makes them less bright. Not necessarily great there. Okay. I am 100% gonna go fetch this thing though. These copper blocks are valuable to me. So, oh well. Ow. Okay. Well, we made it up. Fine. All right. Well, like, what is the light here? 6. How is there 2 skylight there? Is it all the way from here? It is. Wow. Okay, well, there's 6 block light here. 5. Actually. Yeah, still 5. Which is definitely, like, bright enough, but I kind of like more light. They're only light level 4, which might be visually enough. So there's already light level 5 here. So putting a 4 light level thing here doesn't help at all. I think I'm going to go grab some frog lights and see. You know what? I might even... Well, also... might just go and look if there are green frog lights in the shop, because they're a nice block and I don't mind having more of them. Feel oddly lost here, coming in from an angle I'm not used to, like over here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's annoying. Where do I take it? Here. Now I end up with another stack of these here. Fine, I suppose. Cool. Then we don't need to go back to base for that. Sea lanterns? It could work. I don't have a place to get them. There is a farm, I think. Who sells those, though? Oh, and if we have lanterns, surely it should be copper lanterns. I don't think the lanterns in the sewers were copper lanterns, though. Were they? Right. This. Yes. Oh, they totally are. What are you? No, you're just a lantern. Okay. I mean, it kind of makes sense also because the copper ones are just darker or all pink. Put away all my copper blocks? I guess I did. That's fine. I really should be making somewhere to oxidize all these at my base, I think. Because I'm going to be AFKing a bunch to mine. Well, to use the copper farm there, the drowned farm. What do I do with this then? I kind of want to replace this. But I guess we'll try there. And I sort of want it. I have to place it against another block that's to the side, right? To get them sideways. Yeah, that's... For some reason I feel like that should go sideways. That just does not look as good. Like, the thing needs to kind of go here. So I guess I have to take that down. Put it here. Okay, no. All right. That's just a no. That just does not look as good at all. So we can go back there. I'm going to think about alternatives here. We could put lights down here. That is very visible. But I guess if I put it every thing, I can also put I could put the thing below, I guess. We put that back. We go. Something like this. Ah! Let me back up. No. Did I read your suggestion? I did not, I guess. Because the top pillar block be a backward stair with a light block behind. Such a light goes either side into the booth. So I don't like this either. So to begin with, we'll do that. I don't have more of these, I think, so we gotta go fetch this stupid block. Okay. Plonk you back there. Those back, I guess. So you're saying this block would be a stair block or something? That would be a little bit odd. I think the thing to do here is we put... Well, you'll see a gap here, which might be okay. But I think I'll do what I've done in some of these others ones, is I just put out like a ring of light blocks up top inside the thing. So maybe even these. Oh, this is gonna be really annoying to get to. I guess up here I don't care too much about which direction they have. So we put something like this. And that's the piston thing. So we go down here. And it just, like, you don't see it here. It gets a bunch brighter. You'll definitely see it here. But here doesn't matter much. So I think we just do that. We tried. We certainly tried. Yeah. That what? Oh, I didn't put the pressure plate in there. It's fine. We'll do this. Cool. And then this goes up by one more and there's a bunch of redstone, whatever, but it's fine. All right. So how does this look now? I'm missing that here. Okay. I think I like this. Definitely will need to work some on like whatever is here. But I think I like this in general. This is how it looks in without shaders. Which is still good, I think. Definitely need glow ink on the sign or stuff, but that is for later. Don't have any with me, and I don't care to go back to my base just to fetch that. Okay. So how does that look over here? I guess what I need to figure out is how does it continue across? Because this is going to look the same from the other direction. So that reaches out to here. It's to the bottom, so it's like here. There's 3 blocks in between that I need to figure out. I don't have those. I'm actually just entirely out. So, suppose we do the same. Do we even do this? I feel like that becomes a little bit much. And then we have these in between. Maybe not. Maybe that's fine. And then there's 3 blocks in between. So do we just go like straight across with 3? It's a little like dull. Not much going on, but maybe that's okay. Like, it doesn't have to be super much everywhere. Then we'll have another one of these shroom-like things here with grates. I think that might be it. I'll need to figure out the ceiling here, which probably could be like a dome thing that you walk in through. And then I want a similar style, which is probably kind of an arch with these kind of things in it. But of course there's not like, you know, there's nothing like this. So no need to have a bunch of complexity right at the edge here. This is going to be a wall on top of this with another one of these behind it and a lodestone on top of each one. These crying obsidian are here to be hard to mine, essentially. So if you're mining your lodestone, you don't actually break what's behind them. I'm just missing a wool block here, right? I'm a little sad that I couldn't work in the teleporter network logo design into the floor, but I am also quite happy with the floor design. This is quite weird, but I like it. All right, folks. It is fast approaching midnight here. I think we're gonna call it here. I need to go age a bunch of copper and stuff if I'm gonna actually build the rest of this anyway. So. I think that's fine. Hopefully you enjoy that. I will be back tomorrow. And I don't know exactly what we'll do then, so we'll see. Let's see who is on. Let's do a raid on Twitch. And there are not a lot of well, there's nobody else streaming on the server right now. All right, let's I don't have my stats up even. Let's go over to No Leaf Clover, who's playing Minecraft Bingo. Is it over? I just got here. I'm so sorry. Even I need to sleep sometimes. I did not mean to place. Hey, there's Packrat. Thought he was streaming. He was playing something else, though. Oh, well. We're going. Thank you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow or later or, you know, whenever. Have a great rest of your day, night, morning, evening, or whatever time it is in your time zone. Have a good one. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.